a safety deposit box at this bank, there was a 90% chance it was cleaned out. This wasn't some targeted hit on a few boxes. No, this was a systematic, near-total wipeout of the vault.
So you've got to be wondering, how does a crime this massive even get discovered? Well, the answer is just as wild as the heist itself. It wasn't some silent alarm or a fancy laser sensor that tipped off the police. Nope, it was a simple fire alarm.
So picture this. It's a Monday morning, and that fire alarm starts blaring. Emergency services race to the scene, thinking they're about to fight a fire. But when they get there, there's no smoke, no flames. Instead, what they find is a giant hole drilled clean through a thick, reinforced concrete wall, leading right into a completely ransacked bank vault. And this is what really hits home. It wasn't just stacks of cash that were taken. This quote from another victim says it all. We're talking about heirlooms you can never replace. A mother's gold coin, a grandmother's bracelets, things that were meant to secure a family's future. Just gone.
All of this, of course, leads to the big question. How on earth did they pull this off? Seriously, the way this was executed feels like something straight out of a Hollywood movie. It would have taken incredible patience, a ton of planning, and just surgical precision.
Yeah, investigators knew right away this was no amateur job. Every single clue pointed to a highly organized, professional crew. These guys operated with almost military-like skill and knew exactly what they were doing every step of the way.
Their plan was brutally simple and effective. First, they got in through a parking garage right next door. From there, they used some serious heavy-duty drilling gear to basically tunnel through the fortified basement wall and right into the vault. Once they were inside, they just went to work, box by box.
You know, it's a big deal when even the seasoned pros are floored. A local investigator flat out said he'd never seen anything like this outside of a movie. That's how crazy, how unprecedented this whole thing was. Okay, so the physical break-in was impressive, for sure, but it brings up an even bigger question. I mean, brute force can get you through a wall, but how did they know exactly which wall to drill through? And that points to one very chilling possibility. Inside information, right? Think about it. How could they possibly know the precise spot to drill to avoid all the sensors? How do they know the details of the alarm systems? And how did they know that a long holiday weekend would give them the perfect, quiet cover to get the job done? This is what's leading experts to what they're calling the insider information theory. A criminologist, Professor Michael Levy, basically argues that there's just no way this could have been pulled off without some kind of confidential intel. Someone with deep knowledge of the